Hey guys, welcome back for another week of What's Up Wednesdays with your host, Polish Gaming. Without further ado, we get into it this week. It's been another kind of week of just Xbox stuff. To be honest, it's pretty much just going to be a lot of that on Wednesdays. And it started off, Ballotron Coolbox, 2000 gamer score for this one. This one's almost like an Arkanoid kind of thing, but instead of being straight up and down with the ball, you pretty much got you've got about 3 or 4 little balls around. You've got a big ball, and you've got a big green ball and a big blue ball. Basically, got to hit the little balls into it, but it's almost got to bounce like, in a sense, snooker or pool, or billiards. You've got to basically shoot it, and it's got to go down, hit like say you shoot it here, and it hits it, so bang, and go over here. But there's also things blocking you in the way, so it can be a little bit of frustrating to understand the pattern and get it exactly right. But other than that, there are a lot of walkthroughs to give you the exact what do you call it, degrees that you need to do in order to get it exact. So that's a pretty easy one. The Ballotron, the original, actually does come with 5,000 game score, which I've already done. So 2,000 for that one. Next one here is Rift Racoon. Now, this is just your typical run-of-the-mill East Asia Soft platformer. I believe it is East Asia Soft, this one. Yeah, nothing much to write home about. Dodge spikes, jump up things, collect things. That's pretty much about it. Same as the next one here, Grizzland. That's another 1,000 gamer score. That's just basically a whole nother, just a whole nother platform. Run and jump and evade things, get things, double jump things, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Next one here is a little bit interesting. It's called One Step After Fall. Now, if anything, it's kind of like almost like a walking simulator, but it's a story-based game. It's pretty much like you've got to collect letters. It's got a really dark kind of narrative to it as well. Like there's one part where basically you go along, you get the letters, then you go over and get another letter, then you go over and have a look and go over and look at this cabin, and basically it says that you got to find the key. You go up to the mill, you find the key, you come back down, you get in the place, you see if you've gone over to another place and talked about the bullets, finding the bullets, you'll find a gun there. When you find the gun, if you click that gun, it'll just basically come up with something saying you pretty much couldn't handle it anymore, so you gave it your best shot, and bullet to the head. So yeah, that's a bit of an unfortunate one, but there is actually a kind of a good-ish ending where you kind of push off the demons that are inside your head. There is a lot of demons and a lot of things basically telling you to come to the dark side. So it's, like I say, it's just a walking sim. You got to collect all these statues, these little kind of figurines. You got to collect pages. You got to collect 7 or 8 pages. I can't remember. I've done it on Xbox Series. I've done it on the Xbox One with 5,000 game score. Now I've also done it as a what's the word for it? I can't think of the word that it. Basically, stacking. Yeah, you're basically stacking this one with it, so it's got a stack. So it's got 10,000, possible 10,000. I think it's also got a window, so possible 15,000 game score. But yeah, 5,000 game score, and that's pretty much pretty easy to do. It doesn't take very long, around about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, so very easy. Now the next one here is Drunken Fist 2 Zombie Hangover. Now this one here is pretty much you're kind of like that. It's almost like a beat 'em up. It's very Street Fighter-esque, but in a 3D kind of world. With it comes this annoying kind of physics mode about it. It's got ragdoll physics. So basically, instead of going like boom, boom, you know, and being strategic in the way you punch and stuff like this, you're pretty much like, and you're like, and your kicks all over the place. You can fall over. You get hit, you fall over. You've also got to drink beer to get health. But then, of course, in turn, beer makes you want to pee. So you'll have a gauge at the bottom, which basically makes you pee. You got to make people make 20 people or make 20 zombies slip over in your pee. So the trick to doing that is pretty much get their attention, pee in front of you, let them walk, they'll slip, then bash them, slip, bash them, and just keep doing that about 20 times. So it's a bit annoying for that one, but it's a very easy 1,000. It's just I don't know. I kind of had fun with this one. The other version of this game, I can't remember. I think it's Drunken Fist 1. Was really hard because it had this weird ragdoll kind of like, almost like if anyone's ever played the game QWOP, which is QWOP, that's the controls. I think it's QWOP, yeah. Is it QWOP? Yeah. It's so bad. It's basically like almost like non-existent, barely playable. Next one here is called Dead Ground. This was a tower defense game, and actually like original tower defense games, you've got a set path where you basically got to build turrets, build things, build camps, get more people, you have the option to shoot in the background, but after a while, you kind of, once it starts getting a bit hectic, you want to stay behind, otherwise you will not survive to the 5th round, which you need to do. Basically, it's all about pretty much collecting gears, killing people, and what do you call it? And getting to level 5. And that's pretty much about it. So it's an easy 2,000 gamer score. Tower defense, so it's not too bad there. And I don't mind tower defense games. They're kind of fun once you get the gist of it. And that's it for this week in terms of Xbox games. That's 12,000 gamer score all added up there. And also a big celebrations to myself this week. I hit number 5 in New Zealand in terms of True Achievements. So True Achievements is a site which basically registers all your achievements. It's pretty crazy how many people, there probably is a lot that aren't on it, but as of my brain and thinking, it's this is the only way that you can actually really register and who is the best in New Zealand. And no doubt if you're over 100 million gamer score, I'd say you're pretty much on there anyway. So I'm going with that fact. So number 5 in New Zealand, just took over Lush NZ. So, and I'm just about to do after this a 3,000 gamer score game. So that is definitely, I don't think he's going to come back after that one. I think I'm onwards and upwards to the 1.3 million, which is basically number 4. And then, of course, after that, it's the highest is 2.3, but 1.55 is at second. So I will be going for that. So that makes my gamer score this week at 1,133,050 gamer score. Cracking on with that. Now, the next one here, as you can see, I've got Crash Bandicoot 2. My condition of this is actually not the greatest. I think the case is kind of, someone's tried to clean it up with ISO by the looks of things, and it's kind of misted the case. And the case has a little bit of a crack on the front of it. It's not actually that great. Yeah, it's not the best condition. I could probably go for an upgrade on that. But yeah, Crash 2. So I'm on to Crash 2, because the reason for this is because of the fact that I just finished Crash 1. Now, Crash 1 original on the PlayStation 1 wasn't as hard as this, because there was the DLC, but there was one level that was basically taken off the original game because it was deemed too hard, which is called Stormy Ascent. Now, this is to get the platinum, I believe you have to be under 3 minutes 20, I think. I was on 3 minutes 30. I wasn't going for the platinum, I'm just going for the gold. I'm just happy to pick that up. Managed to get it. It took a lot of tries. It took me I would say maybe 3-4 hours just to keep doing, just over and over again, repetition, getting caught on the same stuff over and over again before you actually understand, oh, do it like this, it makes it easier, and then you can start kind of going from there. So I was really happy to complete that. It was completed early hours in the morning, so it was one of those ones that I was like, oh, I'm finally done. With that, that finishes the 1,000 gamer score in terms of Crash. So now I'm on to Crash Bandicoot 2. Haven't actually started yet, but I'm just putting this up here for this, because most likely next week I will not. I don't see myself finishing this in 1 week like I did Crash. Crash, I just went hard. I've kind of got a bit of, I'm forgetting words today. Basically, when you just have too much of something over and over again, I need to kind of not do the same thing over and over again with Crash 2 or Crash 3. So, going to give it a little bit of a rest, but I will be playing it, but not as much. Like I say, this one might, depending how easy it is for me in terms of Crash 2. I think the hardest one achievement is out of the way, Stormy Ascent. So that puts me at 104% in terms of the game. I think you can get up to 105% with all the platinums, or 110%. I'm not too sure, but I'm not going for platinums, just with the gold. So that's Crash 1 done. On to Crash 2, and I'll be playing that at my leisure, just a little bit. Yeah, like I say, it's a bit burnout. I'm having Crash burnout. That's the word that I'm thinking of, burnout with. I basically played a little bit too much, so be a little bit lax on that. And next one here, I thought I'd have a little bit of a jam on this. Considering the last week that I was saying about I played Double Dragon 3, and it was just balls. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way the graphics for the time. I think Double Dragon 2 or 1 was better. I think this is better. Now, the reason why, yes, okay, it's monochrome. It's I didn't think it's 8, but I think they're 2, or I don't even know how many bits is in these. But yeah, it's a monochrome Double Dragon 2, but this is actually a fun game. It's pocket size. It's great to go around. It's got the physics of the original Double Dragon 1 and 2. That's what kind of got me with 3. It kind of got, like, hit detection wasn't very good. How close you had to be to the actual person by the time you got closer, either grabbing you or beating you up. A lot of the times people would come up behind you. It's like they chucked in all of these real bad curveballs that were in Double Dragon 2 and 1 and just made them worse. So This is a real fun game. This has a lot of memories to me. I played the absolute hell out of this. This is one of the games that... This isn't my original because I lost all my originals, but this was one of the originals that I purchased when I was with... Well, I didn't purchase. My parents purchased it for me when I was 10. I was 10 years old. I didn't have a job or anything like that. I got pocket money. But yeah, Mum and Dad, when we were over there, they bought me a few games, quite a few. Zelda Link's Awakening, like I say, is one of them. This was one of them as well. Double Dragon 2, and I played the absolute hell out of this. Had to have a bit of a nostalgia kick the other day. But it goes to show how you kind of, I feel like your memory and things are a little bit worse when you're older, of course, but the way you play games, I used to be able to absolutely waste this, get right to the end multiple times. I cocked this multiple times. This time I could barely get past the 4th level. I don't know why. I just couldn't. I just kept losing lives, and I just couldn't. I'll have a go at it again, but it is fun. It is fun. It's a fun game, and it's absolutely... If you haven't actually played this and you're wanting something that's on Game Boy that's really good, I highly recommend this game. People probably wouldn't put this high out there, but I do. It's got a lot of nostalgia for me, and I do like Double Dragon, so like my beat 'em ups. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Oh, yep. See, that's why, because it just doesn't go forward. It just needs a little bit of an angle on it. There you go. Yeah, so that's me for this week. I will hopefully... I've got quite a few bits coming in this week for my weekly pickups, but in terms of it, that's pretty much me done for the What's Up Wednesdays, and I hope to see you guys again for the other videos. Oh, there it goes again. See you guys later. Have a good day.